The United Kingdom is a great country, and I know that a united Conservative Party can unleash the potential of all the people who make our country so great. To win the next election, we need to deliver, deliver, and deliver for the British people. I know that our country's best days lie ahead. I'm the candidate with a clear vision for the future who can drive change and get things done. As Trade Secretary, I negotiated deals with allies like Australia and Japan, creating opportunities around the world for British business. And as Prime Minister, I will continue to deliver on the opportunities of Brexit. I will lead a government committed to core Conservative principles: low taxes, a firm grip on spending, driving growth in the economy, and giving people the opportunity to achieve anything they want to achieve, regardless of their background. I will work day and night to lead a party and a government that puts more money in your pocket and secures a better life for you and your family. I've consistently delivered when I have said I would. And I love our country. I want the best for us all, and I'm the person to deliver that.
Please welcome to the stage, Liz Truss.
Hi everybody, it's fantastic to be here in Manchester this evening. Now, I'm not from a traditional Conservative background. I grew up in Paisley in Scotland and in Leeds, where I went to a comprehensive school. And what I saw at my school is I saw children who were let down. Let down because of low expectations, because of the background they were from. Let down because Leeds City Council cared more about political correctness than they did about making sure everybody had the basics in English and maths. And let down because of a lack of opportunities in the area. And I didn't like to see that waste of talent. I didn't think it had to be like that. And that's what drove me into politics, because I want us to be a country where everybody can succeed regardless of their background. I want us to be a country where there are opportunities for all. I want us to be an aspiration nation. Now, I recognise that I'm from the other side of the Pennines. But I do think it's time that we buried the hatchet. After all, the War of the Roses was quite a long time ago. And what I want to see is a successful north of England where everybody has opportunities, and we link up the great cities of the north, from Liverpool to Manchester to Leeds and beyond, and also, of course, Bradford. That's why I want to build Northern Powerhouse Rail. And I want those opportunities to be powered by enterprise and business, unleashing investment right across the country. I want us to make the M62 the superhighway to success. But let's be honest, in this city, there is a dark pool. There is the miserablest mayor, Andy Burnham. He doesn't want cars to come into the city. He doesn't want people to be able to get on the train to get into work. He'd rather back the militant trade unions. He doesn't want opportunities for people in this city, and he has to be defeated. Now, I recognise we're in difficult times. We face a global energy crisis. We have an appalling war perpetrated by Vladimir Putin in Ukraine. We've got the aftermath of COVID. And let's be honest, we've had decades of relatively low growth in our country. So now is not the time for business as usual. Now is the time we need to do things differently. We need to be bold. And that is what I would do as Prime Minister. I would unlock opportunity. I would have a clear plan for growth to deliver for our entire country. First of all, that means making the most of the post-Brexit opportunities. I would get all the EU laws off our statute books by the end of 2023. And I would use that to unleash investment from the city in places like Alderley Park with a fantastic life sciences. I'd make sure Liverpool Freeport was successful by making the offer deeper and stronger. And I would also make sure that we cut taxes. Because the fact is that we shouldn't have raised national insurance. When we said we wouldn't, in our manifesto. I would also have a moratorium on the green levy to save people money on their fuel bills. And of course, we should be doing more to deliver a supply, using more of our gas in the North Sea, getting nuclear on stream quicker to address the root cause of our energy problems. And what I would also do is keep corporation tax low. Because if we raise our corporation tax to the same level as France and 10 points higher than Ireland, we're not going to attract those new opportunities. We're not going to attract that investment here in Manchester and across the Northwest. And fundamentally, as a Conservative, I'm somebody who believes in being on the side of people who do the right thing. The self-employed, people who set up their own businesses, people who work hard, people who go into work every day. That's whose side I am on. Now, before I became an MP in 2010, I was a local councillor. And when I was a councillor, I sat on the planning committee. Now, those are hours of my life that I will never get back. Because we were constantly being overruled by Whitehall or by the planning inspectorate in Bristol. And what I would do is I would abolish the top-down housing targets, and instead I would level up in a Conservative way through low-tax investment zones driven by local people, attracting enterprise into our area. And what I would also do is make sure the Treasury funding is fair. Too often, there is more money and more investment going into places that have got it already. They don't need it. The people who need the fast broadband and the mobile signal are the people where you can't get it at the moment. And that's what I would focus our efforts on. I'd also make sure we back our farmers. There are fantastic farmers here in the Northwest, but frankly, they're spending too much time filling in forms. We want them producing food because we face a massive food insecurity issue. And to deal with the food insecurity and the energy insecurity, we need to face down Putin in Ukraine. I'm proud that we were the first European country to send weapons to Ukraine. And as Foreign Secretary, I put the toughest sanctions on Russia of any country in the world. But we cannot be complacent about our security. That is why I would increase defence spending to 3% of GDP by the end of the decade. And I'll also make sure that we're dealing with the issue of illegal immigration in the Channel. I worked with Priti Patel, I supported the Rwanda policy, I want to expand it to more countries. But most importantly, we need to legislate in Britain to make sure we can't be overruled by the ECHR. Now, as well as focusing on freedom and democracy overseas, we also need to have freedom and free speech here in Britain. And frankly, too much of the debate has been dominated by left-wing identity politics. I am a plain-speaking Yorkshire woman, and I know that a woman is a woman. And as Prime Minister, I will protect our single-sex spaces, such as domestic violence shelters, and I will make sure women's and girls' rights are protected in our country. I'll also stand up for our great country. We have a proud history, and there are too many people who talk Britain down and claim we should be ashamed of our past. We're here in the great city of Manchester. You know, there are other fantastic cities right across the country. We should be proud of our heritage, and we should say no to those people who say our best days are behind us. They're completely wrong. Our best days are ahead of us. It's fantastic to be joined by so many of our members of Parliament that were elected for the first time in the North West in 2019. In seats like Lee, in seats like Burnley. I'm not going to mention them all because there are so many of them. There are so many of them. But the people that voted for our fantastic new MPs didn't vote for them because they wanted more Labour policies. They were fed up with Labour. They were fed up with Labour letting them down. They were fed up with being patronised. They were fed up with lack of opportunities, not focusing on trades, not focusing on new industries. So we need to deliver Conservative policies. We need to be proud to be Conservatives and proud of our values, standing up for personal responsibility, standing up for enterprise, standing up for the freedom to control your own life. And that's what we need to deliver. And I'm somebody who does deliver. Whether it's the dozens of trade deals that I struck at the Department of Trade when people said it wouldn't be possible, or whether it's the Northern Ireland Protocol bill that was not universally popular in Whitehall, but we got through the House of Commons with a significant majority. I will not take no for an answer. I will deliver for all of those voters who voted for us in the first time in 2019 and all of our other voters. I will make sure we deliver on our promises. And we will open up new opportunities across the North. We will deliver for people, and we will take on successfully at the next election yet another Labour leader from North London, and we will take on Andy Burnham and his negative, anti-growth, anti-success attitude. And my friends, we will unleash opportunity across Britain, and we will unleash opportunity here in the North West, and we will win the next election. Thank you very much. Thank you.